Can you say hi, everybody? Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not really an uh-oh moment. Okay, bye. All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Detrone Does It. I am Detrone, and I does stuff. This week, we're going to wait for my wife to come out and be talking. And so she's going to get caught on camera.
Are you recording?
I am. Take 14. Take 22. Take 47. Take 112. Finally, I was able to find some peace and quiet. But it is a little ways away from the kitchen, so voiceover it is. The link to the keto breakfast biscuits will be in the description below. Also in the description below will be times to sign up for my egg flipping class, because I know y'all gonna see how that wrist work. Hey, don't forget, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. And if you don't like, share, or subscribe, well, I won't be mad at you. Let's get into it. All right, so first we're gonna work on our fillings. So you'll need eggs. You'll also need sliced cheese or some form of cheese. Wanted to show you guys that one slice of cheese is going to have 2 grams of carbs. I'm using Canadian bacon, so the circle bacon. We get ours from Costco. Well, we basically get everything from Costco that's meat related. 3 slices of this bacon is going to get you 1 gram of carb, which is awesome because I'm putting 2 slices on each sandwich. For your buns, you're going to need almond flour, which Costco. Unsalted or salted butter. I'm using unsalted, and it's 0 grams of carbs for a tablespoon, which is awesome. Along with the butter and almond flour, you'll need baking powder and salt. And of course, you're going to need some egg whites as well. And that sort of rounds out exactly what you're going to need for the bread. So let's get into some measurements for it. All right, so in a medium bowl, you're going to need a cup and 2 tablespoons of cold almond flour. This is going to be 2 tablespoons of your butter, salted or unsalted, doesn't really matter. You're going to mix those 2 in a bowl. You can tell that I am not a professional at this because I'm using a regular old household fork. Ain't got no cool whisk or any type of blender to make this happen. Just good old forearm strength. So once you get those mixed up, you should start to see little balls of butter and almond flour mixed together. Should start to clump up just a bit, and then that's when you know it's time to add in your other ingredients. So we're also going to need your baking powder, so you'll go ahead and add in a teaspoon of baking powder plus your 3/4 of a cup of cold egg whites. I love separating eggs. It's something therapeutic about actually separating the egg, although it's wasteful to throw away the yolk, but whatever. Doesn't call for a yolk. Get those things mixed up. Don't forget that little pinch of salt, which is about 1/4 of a teaspoon worth of salt. And you want to get that loaded in as well. I got my salt in the background here. Clearly, I've already put it in, but did not include the footage of that because who needs to see me putting salt in a bowl? All right, so the next thing we need to do is get us a cookie sheet, line it with parchment paper. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. That way we can go ahead and toss these biscuits in there. So take your cookie sheet, and what this recipe should do is yield you 10 different biscuits. Well, I'm not going to get 10 biscuits out of it because I'm doing it a little bit different. I'm trying to make buns for sandwiches, and so this recipe is actually going to yield me 5 different buns. That's 2 tops, 3 bottoms, 3 tops, 2 bottoms. Or if you stretch it out just a little bit differently, you could probably make enough for 3 sandwiches. So I'm using a 1/2 cup for my scooper. You can measure it out however you like. I just wanted my buns to be slightly larger. As you can see, I'm using a fork to sort of even them out. It shouldn't surprise you, being that I'm not a professional, that I'm just using a fork. A fork is like a universal utensil for me. So what you should get is something that looks sort of like this. Alright, so now it's time to get the insides for our sandwiches together. So while you get a pan piping hot, go ahead and put your biscuits in the oven. They'll be in there for somewhere between 12 and 14 minutes or until they're golden brown. Take you some eggs, get some eggs poured off into a skillet. I want you guys to pay very close attention to the wrist work on these eggs. You got to be able to flicker the wrist if you want to get your eggs just right. After about 14 minutes, you should be able to pull out some golden brown biscuits and let them cool right there on the countertop for just a bit. Like I mentioned, you guys got to pay attention to the flick of the wrist. Watch the egg as it makes its way over. Perfect somersault. And after your eggs are cooked and your biscuits are done, grab your Canadian bacon and you should have a spread that looks like this. Couple of packets of cheese. Now you're ready to assemble your sandwiches, which is probably the best part. Alright, so it's pretty simple. You've put together a sandwich before. You've got some buns. Grab you some egg, very caveman style. Stack it up there. Go ahead and get yourself some ham. Throw some, bacon. I mean, either one is good if you want to do ham or bacon. You might even be able to do both. And still make for a great keto low carb sandwich. Go ahead and put the cheese on there, which I'm using double cheese, double bacon on both. So if you follow along with the recipe, you'll see that it's supposed to make 10 biscuits. For each biscuit, it would be 1 net gram of carb. Well, since we only made 5 biscuits, that means each of our biscuits, or buns, if you like to call them that, will be 2 grams of carbs per. So that means in just your top and bottom, you'll have 4 grams of carbs, but your meat is less than 1 gram because you're only using 2 slices. Cheese is 1 gram per slice. So you're looking at 3 if you're using double cheese. So I think all in all, you've probably got less than 7 grams worth of carbs and some really hearty sandwiches. So what I'm doing here is just wrapping them up. Please don't judge me. My wife does all of the present wrapping for the kids, and anything that leaves this household is all her wrapping. All I do is fold it over and make sure the sides are pinched. It's foolproof, but it don't look too pretty. After you get both of those wrapped up, what you want to make sure that you do is get a pin and label when you made them. That way you don't forget. You'll likely eat these before the week is out though. Once that's done, pop them in a Ziploc bag. Go ahead and get the air out, zip them up, and these things will hold in the freezer for a while. And that's it. Super simple recipe. Doesn't take much more than about an hour to get everything together. You end up with these awesome looking sandwiches. They're tasty, they're really hearty, and keto friendly. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And if you didn't, well, I won't be mad at you. Till next time, peace.